Have you ever been in a relationship where a person swears they care about you, but their actions speak otherwise? You feel their energy, their desire, their longing, and yet you're met with distance, with withdrawal, with nothing. It doesn't make sense at first. If they crave you, why aren't they calling? Why aren't they fighting for you? Why go silent when the connection is real? Here's the truth. Craving isn't the same as capacity. You can crave someone deeply and still be paralyzed by fear. You can desire someone intensely and still not know how to show up for them. Emotional craving doesn't automatically translate to emotional availability. For many avoidantly attached people, intimacy isn't just a relationship goal, it's a psychological battleground. Craving closeness activates their deepest fear of losing control, of being truly seen. So what do they do when they want you deeply? They pull away, they shut down, they go silent. Not because they've stopped craving you, but because the desire itself has become overwhelming. You need to understand this. For someone with avoidance tendencies, wanting another person can feel like a threat to their identity. They may have spent years constructing an internal world where feelings are put into boxes that fit their narrative, where vulnerability equals danger, and where connection equals exposure. So when you enter their life with warmth, depth, and presence, when you see them, it's disarming. Beautiful, but terrifying. This is where silence becomes their safety because they're destabilized. In chess, it's called zuzwen, where the only viable move is not to move at all. They don't go quiet because you did something wrong. They go quiet because they don't yet know how to be right with themselves while holding space for someone else. And here's the paradox. The more they want you, the more distance they may create. It's an internal tug of war, desire pulling them closer, fear dragging them away. This is why chasing them, demanding clarity, or asking for emotional explanations doesn't work, and often backfires. They don't have the language for their fear. They don't yet understand that craving connection is not weakness. And if you're on the receiving end of this silence, it can feel deeply personal, but it isn't always. More often than not, their silence isn't about their own fear of being consumed. It's got nothing to do with you. It's about their belief that they don't deserve what they want. And sometimes it's about testing, subconsciously, to see if you can still stay while they disappear. To confirm their internal narrative that love equals loss and intimacy always ends in pain. And here's what matters most. You are not responsible for healing someone else's fear of connection. Your job is not to drag someone into intimacy. Your job is not to over-explain your worth. Your job is to stay grounded in your self-respect. You don't prove your value by chasing someone who can't hold you. You prove your value by standing tall when they retreat, by not panicking when they pull back, by continuing to live, grow, and thrive without trying to decode silence that was never yours to translate. When they crave you and go silent, it doesn't mean the connection wasn't real. It means the connection triggered something in them that they haven't resolved. And the most powerful thing you can do is not react from fear. Stay in your center. Let them wrestle with the craving they tried to mute. Let them realize that silence is not a shield, it's a prison. And if they're ready to grow, to speak, to show up, they will. But if they're not, they're bound to get stuck in their old patterns. So if they crave you and go silent, remember, their silence doesn't define your value. Your response does. If you're someone who's got unhealed trauma, you know you've got triggers, you know you've got unhealthy communication patterns or patterns that are sabotaging your relationships, then this is an opportunity to fix that. I'm going to take you on a journey over 3 days where you're going to uncover all these patterns and get to the root cause of why you have them. You're going to find they started from childhood or your past relationships, and you have them wired at a subconscious level. So over the 3-day event with me, you can either fly to Sydney or you can join us online. We're going to get to the root of all these, and I'm going to take you on a guided journey where you're going to understand why you do all these patterns. And then on this journey, you're going to release the patterns, the triggers, the traumas, the blocks that are sabotaging your relationships. And you're going to have clarity on the relationship you're in right now, or clarity on exactly what you want with your dating and in your relationships so that you don't tolerate bullshit anymore, you don't tolerate less than you deserve, and your self-worth goes up, and you know exactly what you want and what you don't want, and you can honor your true values and what is true for you. If you're interested in healing yourself and mastering your communication under stress, under uncertainty in your relationships, then click on the link in this caption, and I'm going to offer 5 calls to people who would like to find out more about this event and how it can help you and some options you have for your healing. I look forward to meeting you on the call.